Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with, as you can see, driving up to temporary lights. Our lights are green, which means everyone else should have a red light and be waiting behind that red light. That's the way it's supposed to work anyway. Unless you ride one of these things. You can do whatever you want when you got one of them. And as you can see in a second, his lights do work. They are red. They're not broken. He is. Just a little clip here for you petrol heads. We're on the good old M25 for this clip. We need to be looking at that blue Audi in the left hand lane there. As you can see, the slip road is chock-a-block. The Audi wants that slip road. There's not many gaps. Doesn't matter to an Audi though. There was plenty of signage back there. Doesn't matter to an Audi though. Keeping everyone waiting in lane 1. Doesn't matter to an Audi. Always an Audi. I'm still on the good old M25 for this clip. It doesn't even look like it's the same road, does it, with the amount of traffic that was back there. I'm just about to overtake this Mini, as you can see. Now I can hear people now saying and screaming at their telly or computer or whatever you're watching it on, move over to the left. I can't. You'll see why in a minute. So as we go to the rear camera, you see that van pressurising that car right behind me now to get out of his way, which wasn't good, so the braking distance isn't great. So you can see me overtaking the Mini. But it doesn't go away, it actually puts its foot down and goes a little bit faster. I've not changed my speed, I'm still doing the same speed. So that's why I couldn't move over. Now I'm looking to move over to the right so I can overtake. We've gone back a little bit because that rusty colour car is still there. I wouldn't say that was orange, I'd say that was rust. But we're looking at a car in the distance now. With hardly anything on the road compared to back there, why don't this car just overtake me on the correct side, on the right hand side? Obviously we're looking from the rear camera, so it's the wrong way round. So it goes up the inside of me. I didn't move over because the Mini's still there. It'd be pointless moving over because there's no braking distance and I want to go faster and want to move out, but I haven't got the space to move out yet. You think that's a lot of space between me and the rusty car there, but I've got a car next to me. And now I've got an Undertaker. There's the car that was next to me. There wasn't enough braking distance for me to move out. Now this is one of the reasons why you don't undertake. Watch the rusty car and the blue car. They both go in at the same time. That could have been pretty bad. I'm just going to run this on a little bit just to show you that I do go out to the right hand lane to overtake everything that's in this lane now. But I'm looking for a suitable space to do it in. I just can't pull out straight away, unlike this Mini in front of me, which you will see in a minute. So when we go back to the rear camera, I've got enough space in front of me now to pull out. I always had a bit of space behind me at that time, but not in front of me. So I go past the Mini again, which we're now looking at. It's not really going fast enough to come into my lane. It's got plenty of room to move out in front of it, but not behind it now. But it doesn't stop it just pulling out. That's not a lot of braking distance for that car behind, making the car behind slow up now. We're still on the good old M25 and we're looking at further up there in the distance. A car leaving it very late to get into the slip road. There you go, but it doesn't matter, doesn't want it anyway. He must have been listening to the Okie Kokie on the radio or something. Now as you can see, we're coming up to a roundabout. I've got a learner in front of me. I'm sure this person behind me, or to the side of me in a second, does this on purpose to try and get in front of the learner. It doesn't even get in front of me, never mind the learner. As you see, there's only one lane that goes off of that roundabout, so me and the learner were in the correct lane. But this numpty wasn't. Well, it was to start off with, but it's obviously seen that learner and thought, I can get in front of that. Look at the speed it tried to do it at, and then I'm not going to make it. I know, I'm just going to cut this car up now as well to pull back where I was. Numpty. Is it really that hard to stay in the A lane? In the correct lane? Now in this clip it shows how important it is to leave the cyclist the 1.5 metres that you're supposed to leave nowadays, or supposed to give them nowadays. We're looking at this cyclist up here in front. For some reason it just decides to go from where it is right out into the middle of the road without looking. Anything could have been overtaking it closely, another cyclist maybe. What's that? Why is he going out there? I know you got the manhole covers and that, but you still got to have a look. Now with the next clip we're still on the same road. I'm not avoiding showing you the 1.5 metres that I give the cyclist, but we will see it from the rear camera. Just want to show you from the front camera first. This. I'm letting the white van go, but I'm not letting the poxy Burke in the Merc go. Where the fuck in the hell are you going? And neither is the other car. It went to pull straight out. But now we're looking where I was with the cyclist. You can see how far I give the cyclist his gap. And now we're looking at the Burke in the Merc in a second. Now I don't know whether it's a man or a woman, so I'm just going to call it tit, because it drives like a complete tit. And not only have we got a dangerous Burke in a Merc, we've got people walking all over the place at the same time as well. Look at the cyclist. Them guys just didn't even see that cyclist, and neither does this prat here, this tit, who is so preoccupied with the phone. The tit doesn't even notice anything. And the tit is actually in two lanes there. And guess what? It wants neither of them. It wants the left-hand lane, but it's so preoccupied with its phone that it doesn't realise that. Now we're going to have a random person just walking the road again. It's like, really? Obviously the Audi don't wait for it. And then you got the Burke in the Merc, the tit coming up the inside now because it wants to turn left. So as I'm about to turn left here, I can see the lights further up the road. I'll blow it up now, and you can see all of them cyclists have gone through a red light. So if you're coming out of there and we've got a green light, that obviously means that you've gone for a red. Fucking scumbags. And yes, I have gone into the box a little bit, the cycling box a little bit, before anyone gets on my case. Now we're looking at the cyclist over there to the right hand side. Obviously, he's got a green light. Alright, and you got a green light as well, mate, yeah? The only one that's got a fucking green light. Just one for you petrol heads now. I've got to admit, I would not feel safe driving one of them. Not the way people drive nowadays on the road. That's teeny. We got another one of these lanes to the right hand side of me, which is a straight on and turn right from that lane. Even though there's a straight on arrow there, but up there it does have a straight on and right turn lane. I'm amazed with how many people just think because their lane is busy, they can just change lanes without looking.
And I'm not going to do the expletive.
You can never. Try, put an indicator on, yeah?
Quite high, and I thought, okay, boss, I'll tell you what.
Noticed no apology, no thank you for letting them in, no nothing. So we're going to run it through as we go through Wimbledon here. Wimbledon train station to the left hand side. maybe look in your mirror and put an indicator on so I know where you're going. I'm obviously still upset with this driver. So we're stopping at a red light. And I'm obviously keeping the keep clear. As what you're supposed to do. And we see him. Obviously, he's not going to stop. Doesn't matter, there's pedestrians crossing. He's not going to stop. We're still behind the same car, a little bit further on through Wimbledon. It's 20 miles an hour speed limit here when this joker overtakes me. Why would you get that close? Why would you get that close to a car? A little bit further down the road, we're still behind the same car when we see another cyclist over to the right hand side just casually go through a red light. Does any of them stop anymore? We're still behind the same car a little bit further down the road when someone's crossing at a zebra crossing. Now, do you think that she should have waited? Or slowed down a little bit? I sort of think she should have done, even though the outside of the road was clear. It was a bit too aggressive for me, that one. So moving on a bit. You see the bus up there in front indicating to move out. That's not going to wait for you, mate. No chance. Even though it can't go anywhere, it still has to be in front. So we're at the traffic lights here. I got a funny feeling that its positioning is going to turn left, but that indicator doesn't work. I don't know why I was expecting anything else, really. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.